Hello there, this is WWE Cult Fan here with another DVD and Blu Ray update. And I got a lot of stuff here, so let's just get started. First, from Disney, we have Big Hero 6, based off the Marvel Comics. Yeah, it's winner of the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature Film. And part of the bonus features, it includes the animated short Feast, which won the Academy Award for Best Animated Short. Anyway, Big Hero 6 is about this boy. He has this robot, and this robot was built by his brother. Something happens to the brother, and he has to fight evil. And it's all tied together to his brother's death. Also from Disney, we have the musical Into the Woods with Meryl Streep nominated for Best Supporting Actress. And we have Emily Blunt, James Corden, who is now the host of the Late Late Show on CBS, Anna Kendrick, Chris Pine, and Johnny Depp. This is based off the Broadway musical that involves characters from famous fairy tales such as Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, and etc. And finally from Disney, we have Angelina Jolie and Maleficent. This is a live-action Disney adaptation of Sleeping Beauty, but mainly from the villain's perspective. And they're doing a lot of these. Let's see, Cinderella's in theaters. I don't know if I forget if I called this Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty. Well, anyway, it is Sleeping Beauty. But yeah, they're doing these live-action adaptations of movies they've made years ago. I already said Cinderella. Next is Mulan, so it's kind of interesting. Okay, on to Lionsgate. This first one, I initially bought the Walmart edition. Do not buy it. Okay? The audio is DVD quality audio on a Blu Ray. Dolby Audio, which is 5.1. So, I went and bought the Target version, which has Dolby Atmos. What movie am I talking about? Why, it is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Yeah, buy any edition of this movie except the Walmart version. Well, anyway, this movie picks up right after the end of Catching Fire. You find out District 13 is still around, and basically they start a war with the capital. And this is a 3-disc set with the movie and special features on Blu Ray right here, the movie itself on DVD, and some exclusive content on DVD. I gotta put this down so I can put this back in its slip cover. Let's get it out of the way. Okay, this next movie initially got an NC-17 rating. Lionsgate didn't want that, so they recut the film for theatrical to get an R-rated version. Well, anyway, on Blu Ray they released the NC-17 cut, and it's Matthew McConaughey in Killer Joe, where he plays a cop, but yet he is also a hitman. Anyway, this guy pays him to help collect life insurance money, to pay off debts, and he's not able to pay up front. Well, anyway, Joe takes this guy's sister as collateral until he pays. From Summit Entertainment, we have Naomi Watts and Ewan McGregor in The Impossible, which the movie's about this family that gets separated during the tsunami that hit Thailand during Christmas. Well, anyway, it's about them trying to find each other after the disaster so they can just go home. Next, from MGM, we have the remake of Carrie with Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore. I'm not really going to go into detail about that one. Next, from Paramount, we have the re-release of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I remember watching the show. I've seen the movie a couple times. Just decided to just pick it up. Next, from Universal Pictures, based on the true story, we have the Best Buy exclusive steelbook of Unbroken, Angelina Jolie's directorial debut. Of course, this movie is about Louis Zamperini, I think. Yeah, Louis Zamperini. And he was a World War II Army vet. Yeah, I think he was an Army veteran. Well, anyway, he's a veteran of World War II, but he was also an Olympic medalist. Anyway, his plane crashes. He survives, but however, he gets picked up by the Japanese, and he's in camp, and everyone assumes he's dead. Until, well, the war ends. From Sony Pictures Classics, we have Foxcatcher with Channing Tatum, Steve Carell, and Mark Ruffalo. This is also based on a true story about this multimillionaire and these two champion wrestlers. It's a story, as it says back here, a story of brotherly love, misguided loyalty, and the corruption and emotional bankruptcy that can accompany great power and wealth. Well, anyway, what happens is Steve Carell's character, who is a millionaire, winds up killing one of the either Mark Ruffalo or Channing Tatum's characters. I say that because I haven't watched the movie yet. Also from Sony Pictures Classics, winner of the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for J.K. Simmons, starring J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller, we have Whiplash. Story about this young man, played by Miles Teller, who takes jazz lessons from J.K. Simmons' character. Anyway, his character is a bit over-eccentric and basically pushes Miles Teller's character to his boundaries, psychologically. Next, from Fox, I've been looking for this for about a year. Well, I found it at Meijer for $14.99. Epic Stories of Faith triple feature, including the Bible in the Beginning, The Greatest Story Ever Told, and The Robe. Yeah, $14.99 how much this cost me. Let's see. Well, we'll start from the beginning. The Bible in the Beginning is basically the book of Genesis. It's the first book in the Bible. Then you got The Greatest Story Ever Told, which had this huge ensemble cast led by Max von Sydow as Jesus. Well, in the Bible, in the beginning, it has Richard Harris and George C. Scott, just to name a few. Anyway, yeah, Max von Sydow. See who else here. Charlton Heston, Martin Landau, Angela Lansbury, Telly Savalas, John Wayne, Shelley Winters, Claude Rains, Donald Pleasance, Sidney Poitier, And then The Robe starred Richard Burton. He plays a Roman centurion who wins Christ's robe in a gambling game at the cross. Yep. This next one is an HBO TV series. Never had the opportunity to see it because I don't get HBO. But anyway, usually when it's on Blu Ray or DVD, it is ridiculously expensive. Well, now they have reissued the first season on DVD and Blu Ray, but in the cheaper packaging. What am I talking about? Well, it's the show that was influenced by The Lord of the Rings, or at least The Lord of the Rings inspired the author of the books that this show is based off of. Game of Thrones, the complete first season. Yeah, these are based off the A Song of Fire and Ice books by George R.R. Martin. I don't know why I kept saying that. George R.R. Martin. There, finally said it. And anyway, it's all 10 episodes. It just doesn't come in the nice big packaging. But other than that, it's got all the same just content. And that's all that really matters. $19.99. $20. Come on. Can't beat that. This next one is probably going to take a little bit of time to go through. Well, I mentioned The Lord of the Rings, and it's a good thing I did because I have this. The extended editions of the Lord of the Rings movies. Now, this is the second release. The first one, is kind of like, it has a big fold-out case. Well, this one, well, first off, I'll show you that there's the map of Middle-earth. I don't know if you can see it all that well because of the lighting. But anyway, it has all three movies in their own separate cases. It's kind of hard to pull these out one by one. Anyway, I'll just put those there. And here's the Fellowship of the Ring. Each of these come as a 5-disc set, 2 Blu-rays. They split the movies into because they are so long, and then 3 DVDs. Each one's like this, and in here the insert, I'm not going to pull it out. Well, anyway, it has a scene index that points out what scene's new, what scene is extended. So, yeah. And the same thing goes for the 2 towers. Part 1, there's 2, and then special features on DVD. I guess I should mention how long these are. First one, you can't really see it there, but it's 228 minutes, which is like 3 hours and 48 minutes. And this one, 2 towers is 235, which is 3 hours and 55 minutes. And then finally here we'll show Return of the King, which is the longest of them all. This one definitely needed to be split in 2 because it's, well, okay, there's DVDs. It is 263. That is well over 4 hours. It is 4 hours and 23 minutes to be more specifically. Put these all back in here. So now the Lord of the Rings set is complete, but The Hobbit is not. I'll go into detail about that here in a moment. But first, I have a conclusion of another trilogy, The Hangover. And I finally got part 3 where the guys head back to Vegas. And now, here's The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies. This is the theatrical cut. What I mean is that set's not complete is because I don't have the extended cut of that. That's because it's not out yet. Anyway, it's a 3-disc set. The Blu-rays are stacked on top of each other. Yeah, there they are. Anyway, in terms of the theatrical cut, this is the conclusion. And also from Warner Brothers, I got Horrible Bosses 2, where all the main characters return, or at least most of them do. The three main characters, they decide to go on their own business, and, well, they get screwed over by their lead investor, played by Christoph Waltz. From Warner Brothers, directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Armie Hammer and Leonardo DiCaprio as J. Edgar Hoover in J. Edgar. Most of the movies that Clint Eastwood does are not bad, so I figured to get this one a shot. Find out about the greatest man in law enforcement. Now, I know this movie Zack Snyder took a lot of flack for, but oh well. Picked it up for I paid like $3 or $4 for it. And this was used, by the way. Anyway, Sucker Punch. Alright, now I'm down to the last two, both from WWE. First, we have Raw 100, the top 100 moments in Raw history. I know I have the DVD set, but however, this one is a bit more up to date. This one includes moments after that. But most of those moments are on this set. Let me pull up the insert here. And what it is disc 1 is the top 100 moments. Matches and things that happened outside the ring, whatever. Well, anyway, this one, on this disc right here, is the 1000th episode of Monday Night Raw, which was a 3-hour live show. Yep. Raw 100. And then finally, we have Royal Rumble 2015. And it concludes this trading card of Sting back from WCW. Well, anyway, yeah, this is the entire 2015 Royal Rumble pay-per-view, where Roman Reigns won the Rumble. The Rock made a surprise appearance right at the end, and there was a triple threat match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship between champion Brock Lesnar and challengers Seth Rollins and John Cena. Well, anyway, that does it for me. Until next time.